Hello and welcome back to the Odd Prophet YouTube channel. I am now officially the most hated person in EDM Twitter. Sound design secrets. That's what we're going to be going over today. We're going to be going over some things that I've accumulated over the years that you should definitely know because it's fun to not gatekeep sounds. Isn't that right, everyone who has a patron? Consider this your free patron. You cheap. As you may already know, I love multipass, so that's what we're going to be using today. But we're going to be using something
extra special today.
It's the glorious audio follower. Now, what does this do? It follows the audio. It follows the amplitude of the sound coming in to multipass. And this is especially useful if you think Serum's effects are utter dog shit. Okay, they weren't dog shit all the time, were they? They were quite good for a while. But then we evolved as humans, and dubstep for me is a genre where you have to basically innovate with sound design in order to keep up with the underground. Because the underground are absolutely mental. You might be the underground, so you need to be absolutely mental. The way you do that is by using anything else than Serum effects. This is why I have a problem with like preset companies, bro. I know I am a preset company, but just having Serum presets on its own, boring. You need to have that extra muscle, the extra fat, the grease on your bass design. This is where multipass comes in. Kiloheart, sponsor me please. I need it. I need money. I need bread for my European children. We're going to be going over the audio follower. Why is this important? Well, in Serum, you can obviously make a bass with LFOs and modulate loads of knobs. And you can also modulate all the stuff in here. Like I can do LFO1 to the drive. Can you attach LFO1 to anything outside of Serum? If you're smart, it's no. That's where the audio follower comes in. We can make it match LFO1 just by having a look at the amplitude. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sound design something really simple in Serum, and then we're going to use multipass audio follower to show the true power of this envelope. So I'm going to hit initialize on here. That. I know that sounded like Skrillex, bro. Don't even lie to me. Okay, we're going to literally go and choose a wavetable. I don't even care which one it is right now. I don't care. They're all the same. They all do the same thing. We're going to LFO1 to this to utilize the wavetable position. Oh, that one sounds really bad. Because we're going to be using the audio follower, it's going to be following the amplitude of the sound. So it's really important that we start modulating quite early on the amplitude of the sound in Serum. Therefore, LFO1 is going straight on that level. I'm also going to use my absolute GOAT subtractive filter, which is the bandpass notch, the holy grail. And I'm now starting to decide that this phasing river sucks. I'm also going to put it to 150 because it's dubstep. That sounds like every ZZ song, bro. That sounds amazing. Okay, that's way better. Right, we're going to stop here. Why are we stopping here? Because we're going to be using multipass to basically do all the post-processing for us. We're replacing this whole tab with multipass. That's where I'm going to log on my multipass, which I've already done over here. And as you can see down here, every time I press on the note, it's mapping the amplitude of the sound coming into multipass, which then you can apply to different parameters inside multipass. One of my favorite things to do is frequency shifting the mids. Don't frequency shift the entire sound. Wrong. Your sub bass is important. Sub bass don't like frequency shifting. Okay? I'm going out of focus. So we've got a frequency shifter there, but there's some things that I definitely want to do first. When we're sound designing, it's important to make the sounds fat before you start fucking with them. Making it sound full, nice, full frequency spectrum is gonna help fulfill any creative sound design adventures you go on. So what I'm gonna do here is do multipass inception. That's right, you can have two multipasses at the same time in the same patch. And I'm gonna go over here and click NOTT. Cool. I'm also going to use a shaper to make it absurdly loud. What else are we missing? We are missing some stereo. See, I almost went into Serum then. I guess what we could do is add a little bit of convolution to our sound to make it fat. You know I love this. If you don't know about this already, you've obviously not watched my YouTube channel. You've just simply like don't care about sound design, all that sort of stuff. Crazy. Ooh. Right, let's start fucking with this. So, with the audio follower, it's taking the amplitude in, and you've got these parameters here. So, gain is basically how much to increase or decrease the volume to decibels. So, if you wanted your audio follower to go absolutely mental, you can bring it up here. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach it to this frequency shifter to show you what it's doing. So now, sounds like if Skrillex started doing fire alarms at home. God, funny. So what's happening here is it's taken the amplitude from Serum and now applying it to the pitch of the mids by frequency shifting up and down. That's why it's going wee 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 wee. And if I go over here and I do this, it's also going to double time. Beautiful. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with the attack and release. So the attack and release, to put it in layman's terms without confusing you or being really, weird about it, i.e. being technical, it's how closely will it hug to the waveform of the sound. So for example, if I have this sustained out, and I bring the release down, you can see on the frequency shifting over here, it's gun fingering. It's vibrating more. And I can amplify this by moving this up right here. And the lower down I go, it's very good for squelchy sounds, especially if you're doing like a sustain. I'm gonna hit this on trigger mode because I'm triggered after Donald Trump one. That's pretty cool. But obviously you can move this frequency shifter around. But if I move this release up, it's basically gliding over the tops of the oscillation of the waveform. So you get a nice smooth curve. But if I want total grit and I want lots of modulation happening, best to keep that release down so you can, get crazy with it. And this is what sound design is all about. Right now, I have no idea what's about to happen. Like, this is why I have a problem with tutorials on YouTube, is that they will tell you how to make a specific bass, and this is the recipe on how to do it, but they don't tell you the philosophy of how to discover your own basses. And it's about happy accidents. Like getting a girl pregnant, it's about happy accidents. So what we're trying to do is maximize that stuff. Whoa. That's pretty cool. I'm not really sure about the squelchy ratatouille sound. But now I can go back to Serum and start messing around with these parameters to see what comes out the other side. Show that to your mum. She's kicking you out the basement. What happens if we add a sub? Let's see how that affects the chain. Okay, that is nasty. I'm LFOing that. I'm trying to get the maximum squelch. Oh my god. Okay. What else can we apply? I'm thinking some ensemble. I'm actually going to include the entire frequency spectrum apart from the sub. Whoa, what the fuck? We get the tone there, but the problem is it's a bit muddy. Maybe I can move this. another thing you can do. So, disperser has almost some very similar sort of effects to the frequency shifter, i.e. if you move it around with the frequency, it's going to go up and down. So let's go and put a disperser on here as well. Let's put that on. Yeah! Okay, we're getting somewhere now. Let's... Okay. What happens if I put 50 on there? What the fuck is that? Let's fucking ensemble this more. Detune. Oh my. Maybe this can come on after. Oh no, then we're dispersing, we're ensembling the sub. Wrong, wrong, wrong. More width. This could like be a whole sound design method, really, couldn't it? What? So the unison is kind of just making it wobble even more. What happens if I put this to 2? And put the whip down? I don't know how usable any of these basses are, but it's a really cool tip to kind of get different tones and experiment with sounds, and that's what sound design is all about, bro. It's about having fun. I'm gonna see what else I can do. I'm gonna try and make a growl, but using that audio follower to kind of make something. So I'm gonna get growl, bang. I'm gonna have a big long growl, I reckon. What do we have for that? We definitely want to do high pass notch. There we go, let's put this on. And there's definitely going to be some pitch bend. I used the OTT in here, I'm sorry, I don't care. Maybe you can have this move a bit. Okay, beautiful. Let's fatten this up. Multi-pass, quick time, quick time. Okay, we're gonna do this over here. Bang. Gonna give it some convolver to make it fat. Gonna distort it. Maybe some chorus to get some width going. And I'm also going to do some more stuff over here like this to get some more movement. Notch filtering is important. Let's see what this one happens. Can I get a good one? Love that. Sounds very bro-steppy, but we're going to fuck it up. So, what I can do here with the audio follower is apply notch filtering to it. So if I go and get filtering like this, bang, do this, I can apply this to the cutoff of the filter, and it will do some crazy notch filtering for me. Beautiful. Now it's already sounding fat. What if I had another one that was moving even more? Okay, I don't think that one's doing enough. Let's do audio follower like this. Replace that one. Remove. How do I remove? Double click, isn't it? Yes. Like that. Let's move this up around. There's actually not too much movement. But you can see that these notch filters are moving wildly now, which is what we want. Maybe we can do some of that frequency shifting over here. Bang. Move this up. There it is. I go crazy loco sometimes. Definitely need some more pitch bend. Fuck it, let's put this up. Ooh. The first hit is nice. Maybe a comb filter. I know I told you at the beginning of this video that serum's shit, but it's not really, is it? Whatever. See, I'm not doing anything more. I'm just adding stuff that's changing for me, bro. I'm sweating so much. My heating bill's through the roof. And I think a little bit of white noise for the extra crunch. Maybe some distortion. And then I think a few dispersers on top. Okay, maybe not dispersers. Maybe this thing, phasers. See what that does. Is it useful? Don't know. Is it unique? Yes, it is. Have fun using the audio followers because, man, there are so many untapped sound design techniques inside Multipass that you could do. So, have a go. Try it out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want this patch, it will be on my store. Link in the description. Ciao, ciao.